out in January. Y'all understand what I mean by that? You won't have December figured out in January. Y'all understand what I'm trying to express when I say that? You won't have December figured out in January. You start figuring out December along the way, along as the year progresses. Nevertheless, as we start off this big Wednesday, gotta start off with a sponsor for today. And I want to give a shout out to Pinky the Stylist, who's today's sponsor. She has an event coming up on May 7th. It's called Meet Me at the Vendor's Mansion. It is a fashion networking event, so make sure you get out there. It is in Pomona. I'm going to give you the address. It's 1118 Loma Vista Street in Pomona, California, 91768. Going to be a variety of vendors. Exotic sports cars, models. It's a models lounge, of course, a fashion show, networking opportunities, photographers. It's a large space, and I really implore y'all to get out there. So meet me at the Vendor's Mansion this May 7th from 12 to 6 p.m. Tickets are available on Eventbrite. It'll be on the app as well. So make sure y'all check it out. That's going down May 7th. All right. So let's jump into what we're talking about today. Specifically, what we're talking about today. We know what it is. It is the time it takes. How much time will it take you? Now, I've said this before, and I love saying it because I'm going to say it as much as I can. Most people take their time with things. They believe that they should take their time. I'm not going to say that you shouldn't take your time. What I'm saying is that it already takes time to develop things. So you shouldn't take your time, although things do take time. Don't take your time. Take the time it takes, but don't take your time. If you start taking your time, you will slow down your own process to success. Time has to be a part of the formula. Time has to be a part of the formula. I know we all want it now. I know we want it fast. I know we want it soon. I know we want it on our timeline. As my cousin Kev has said in the song, God on time. God is always on time. The problem is you're late because you're taking your time. I'm going to say it again. God is always on time, but a lot of times you late because you're taking your time. Don't take your time. Things take its time. For instance, I give an example. If you're trying to grow, I don't have a green thumb or whatnot, but if you're trying to grow crops, plants, flowers, food, whatever it is you're trying to grow, what is required, necessary is time for things to grow. Y'all understand this? I'm not making this up. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Things take time to grow anyways. But where people make the mistake is they take their sweet time. They take their time. And I think I said this in the show before. I've man, in a bad way, I've taken my time on things and it's cost me. It's cost me money. It's cost me opportunities. Don't take your time because everything already takes its time. Allow the time for it to take, but don't take yours. What does that look like, ladies and gentlemen? That means you be prepared for this acronym we like to call ASAP, as soon as possible. You got to be prepared for the possibility of it happening soon. Now, are you prepared for the soon as possible? Are you prepared for it to happen sooner than later? We talked about Parkinson's Law before. Y'all know what I mean when I say that. When you have a week to do something, it's going to take you how long? It's going to take you a week. Even if you wait till the day before, that means you could do it in one day, less than a day. For some reason, it took you a week to complete because you spread out over a week, right? Instead of just getting it done when you could. So, ladies and gentlemen, the challenge is on. The challenge is on for you not to take your time, not to wait around. I get it. I get it. Sometimes you wait on things because the circumstances, the opportunities, or somebody didn't call you back. Well, they didn't call me back. I'm waiting on them to call me back. Sometimes you got to be the person to press the issue. You got to call them back before they call you back. I know we've all applied for jobs before, right? I've applied for many jobs. And don't they teach you when you apply for jobs, what should you do? Call them and check. When you apply for the job, don't wait for them to call you back. Call and check up on your application. I don't know if you have or have not, but I've literally got hired at jobs because I've called and checked on my application. I didn't sit there and wait. I didn't waste time. I said, I'm going to be adamant so I can get it. I know it takes time for them to get to my application, but I made sure I picked up the phone and called them. And hey, I'm just checking up on my application. Sometimes you got to check on the progress of your own success. Check in for yourself. Check in on your own progress. Make sure it's moving for you. So time is a part of the formula. But there's a huge part of the X factor that people miss. There's a huge part of the formula that people forget about. And that part of the formula is you, ladies and gentlemen. You are a huge part of the formula. Huge part of the formula. And when I say huge, I mean super huge. You are literally the X factor in your own journey. You are the X factor in your own. I'm going to say it again. You are the X factor in your own journey. You are very much so the missing piece. How long will it take you? Well, it's how long will it take you? How long is it going to take you to make a move, to be more adamant? If you wait a year, then it's going to take you a year. If you wait a month, it's going to take you a month. I've learned something very, very valuable over the time. And it comes to say, what I have learned is that you can actually cut your process and your time down based on your efforts. I know I've said it before, but you can actually change the outcome yourself. Y'all understand what I mean by that? You can change the outcome yourself by simply, hear what I'm saying. You can change the outcome yourself by simply deciding to put in more effort. Wow. Y'all understand what I mean by that, right? Putting in more effort, you can change the outcome for yourself. Let me ask you a question. How much effort do you think you put in a day? You think you put enough effort every day? You think you actually do what's necessary every day? Are you actually intentionally trying to make sure that you have the best output for the day? And I can honestly say, I don't think most people are. I know there's days that go by and I'm like, man, I could have done so much more today. There's days that go by and say, man, I didn't give my best effort today. There's days that go by and say, I didn't do what I set out to do today. So now I know that I'm another day behind. Now I know it's going to take me more time. Time is not on our side, ladies and gentlemen. Time is not our friend. Time is not here to make it easier on you. Time is here to make sure that you die. You understand what I'm saying? Time is here to make sure that change happens. Time is here to make sure that things grow. Time is here to make sure that things are born. You do not control time. All you can do is work with it. You have to work with time. So let's ask a question. How are you working with time? How are you working with the evolution of the distance between when you're born and when you die? Because you're always evolving. How are you working with yourself? How are you working on yourself to change? You know, it's so interesting when you have kids. You realize how much they grow and how fast they grow. Let me ask the greater question: how much are you growing? They grow every day. They learn something new every day because they, you know, when they go to school, whether they learn about themselves, they learn about other people. How much are you learning? And my guess is you're not learning every day. You're not finding a way every day to educate yourself. You're not finding a way every day to improve on who you are. Most people just go through the day and let the day go through. Come on, man. Y'all know I'm speaking facts. People just wake up and just try to get to the end of the day. So a lot of people wake up and just say, I'm just trying to get to the end of the day. They don't think that today can provide some new opportunities, or they don't go out and create new opportunities that for the day itself. Do you have intention on what's going to happen today? Do you have an idea of what you're going to do today to make today better? What's your solution to your problem? What's the solution to your challenge? And it's crazy because anytime you ask somebody, they know what they should do. They know what they could do to put themselves in a better situation. It's a matter of using that time. It's a matter of taking advantage of the now. You must take advantage of now, because that's all the time that you actually have. I said every show, you don't have tomorrow because it ain't here yet. You don't have yesterday because it's already happened. All you have is right now today, ladies and gentlemen, to take advantage. And if you do not take advantage, that is another day gone. That is more time wasted, man. How do you get more time? Well, you got to wake up earlier. Do you understand what that means? I know we have this idea of if I stay up later, but listen, waking up earlier puts you at an advantage because you're on a full battery. When you stay up late, you're just giving what's left of you. I'm going to say it again. The reason why it's better to wake up early is because you're on a full battery versus staying up late. You're just giving what's left of you. Now, let me ask you a question. When you're working on your phone, when you're working on your computer, laptop, whatever it is you're working on, when you got a full battery, you're working with a different confidence than when you're on red. Most people wait to the end of the day to do what they have to do, what they must do. They're working on a low battery. They're working on red. They're driving with the gas light on. You know how it feels when you're driving with that gas light on. It doesn't feel good. When you got that full tank of gas, you're a lot more confident in getting to your destination, right? You're a lot more confident in driving around. You're a lot more confident with where you're going. If you're driving on E, if you're driving on that gas light, you're not as confident. You're a lot more stressed out. Things don't feel as good. You operate the same way. Waking up early allows you to operate on a full tank of gas. Full tank of gas. It's like getting your oil changed every day. Your car don't operate the same when you're low on oil, when your oil's bad. Start at the top of the morning, set your day up. Wake up early. Wake up early. I'm going to say it again. Wake up early. I'm learning. I know I've already been doing this at such a capacity. However, I'm learning more about it as I'm reading this book, and it's teaching me about the science of waking up early. There is a science of waking up early, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just, it don't just sound good to wake up early. There's actually major benefits in actually getting your ass up early. So many benefits, but most people won't do it. Most people think they have it figured out. And if you got it figured out, then why are you not where you want to be? True question. If you have it all figured out, then why are you not where you want to be? If you think that you've already doing the things you're supposed to do, then why won't you change your habits? Why won't you change something? Why won't you change something that you do? I want you to look at your week And look at what you do on a weekly basis, day in, day out. And chances are you do the same thing. The same thing. Same stuff. Nothing's going to change. Time won't change. If you're doing the same thing over, time won't change that. You have to change over time. Time won't change you. You have to change over time. Matter of fact, if you're doing the same thing over and over and over again for a period of time, you just can become more set in that way. How do you get more time? Wake up early. People say, I don't have time. Yes, you do. Because the same people that say they don't got time is posting on Instagram, the same on TikTok and making videos or whatever. Watching TV, watching sports, whatever. So don't say you don't got time. You don't make time. I'm not saying, well, you can't make time anyway, but you don't carve out the time. You don't sacrifice the other things you want to do for the time to do things that's necessary for you to succeed. How much time do you spend on your success a day? How much time do you spend on your success a day? How much time do you carve out and say, I'm going to carve out this time to be successful? I'm going to carve out this time to generate ideas so that way I can become better. I'm going to carve out this time for self-improvement. I'm going to carve out this time for business improvement. How much time a day do you spend for that? I mean, we carve out the thing for we carve out the day, we carve out time for everything else. Except getting better. Except improving. Except practice. How often do you practice on your craft? Let's ask that. How often do you just take time out and straight practice and figuring things out? Trying new things, exploring new ways to get better. Chances are people don't take out enough time at all or any time at all. If you just now tune in today, we're talking about the time it takes. The time it takes. If you put a cake in the oven, you have to bake it for a certain amount of time. You can't control that because that's the way the cake works. But what you can control is how long it takes you to put it in the oven. How long it takes you to ice the cake. You can control what you can control. The fact of the matter is, people don't control the parts that they can control. And there could be a lot of reasons why. Fear of change mostly. Generally, fear of change is always one of the biggest things. What people are going to say. I don't want to rub nobody the wrong way. Criticism. All these things that pile on top of the reason why we don't take advantage of our opportunities. Yo, it blows my mind. People don't tell me they got time, and I see them, and I look at their story, and they out at the club and at the party. It blows my mind. I don't got time. You don't have time? Stop lying. Why do we say that? Why is that just a thing? Why is that just a thing that we say? I don't have time. Really think about that. What don't you have time for? As I'm sitting here, I'm like, I hope, and now I gotta I'm thinking about myself, and I'm having a moment of self-analysis to see how often do I use that phrase if I don't have time, and if so, I really, if I'm using it, I'm gonna make it intentional about stop using that phrase because that's not true. Everybody got time to do what they want to do. And we've heard that rebuttal. Everybody got time to do what they want to do or do what's important to them. My mentor asked me a question before. He was like, Keith, how hard is it to make 100,000 in a month? I said, well, at this point, it's pretty difficult. He said, okay. He said, if someone kidnapped your daughter Would you be able to get that 100,000? I said, absolutely. He said, why? I said, and I was like, I don't know, because it's my daughter. He was like, the motivation is different. See, when you motivated, you can do anything. You will make the time when you're motivated. When you're not motivated, you won't make the time. You need the right motivation to push you to make the time for what it is that you're after. If someone kidnapped your dog, bet you find the motivation. Bet you make time to go out there and put out flyers to find your dog. So it's not a matter of not having time. It's about replacing other things for that same time. It's about waking up early to get a head start on time. Yeah, you may not have time in the mix when everybody else is up because you spend so much time socializing. And I want to bring this up too, man. Somebody taught me this yesterday, whereas we talk about time. Everybody thinks they're networking when they're not. Somebody taught me, he said, they're between networking and socializing. He said, people spend more time socializing than they do networking. And I said, what's the difference? He said, well, I'll give you an example. When you meet somebody, how much time do you spend getting to know about their business, their company? How much time do you spend actually trading ideas? He said, when people meet people, a lot of times they'll meet them and then they say, okay, oh, I learned about you. I see what you do. Nice to meet you. Let me get your information. Boom. And that's it. They don't actually take out the time to spend and have a real conversation with that person. That's networking. Socializing, and I'm talking to everybody. I'm trying to get everybody information. That's socializing. And when he broke it down to me, I said, wow. He said, don't waste your time socializing. So now when I'm talking to people, I got to realize, hey, am I having a social interaction or am I having a networking interaction? Just something to think about, ladies. Just something to think about. Understand the difference. I didn't really, he put it on my mind. I never seen it that way. Now I see it that way. And now it's going to change every way I interact with everybody. And even the past people I've interacted with it already, I've realized like, man, am I interacting with this person in a form of socialization or in a form of networking? You'll waste more time socializing than you will networking. It all depends on what you're after, ladies and gentlemen. Chances are if you listen to this show, you after something great. You're after something that you really, really want deep down inside. Maybe you haven't figured out a way. Maybe you haven't decided that you're motivated enough to get there. But when you decide that you want to become motivated enough to make it happen, watch how you change. Watch how easy it is for you to get up in the morning. Watch how you jump up in the morning because now you got to get to it. It's not a choice anymore. Don't make it negotiable for yourself. Make the decision, and after the decision is made, it's not negotiable. Don't go back and forth with yourself about it. Once the decision is made, go after it. You say, hey, I decided to build this business, and you let nothing else get in the way of that. You say, I decided to be this person, you let nothing else get in the way of that. You just say, I decided to be healthier people. See, it's the difference between standing and making a decision about it. So many people want to be healthier, but they won't spend the time, right? Making it happen. I don't have time to go to the gym. I just got to find the time to work out. Come on. The fact of the matter is there's something you value more than you value what it is you say you want. There's a lot of things. People value lifestyle over the success. People value freedom over success. Because I'm going to let you know right now, when you really, really want to be successful, you got to give up a lot of your freedom. You got to give up a lot of that free time. You got to give a lot of that social stuff that we love so much got to go. But it's up to you how fast you want to move. Like I said, you can still do it. It's just now you're wasting more time. It's going to take you a little bit longer. Like I said, it's not a matter of how long it takes. It's a matter of how long it's going to take you. It's not a matter of how long it takes to get there. It's only a matter of how long it's going to take you to get there. If you got to go 60 miles, it'll take you an hour if you drive 60 miles an hour. If you got to go 60 miles and you're driving 30 miles an hour, it's going to take you 2 hours. Do you understand what I mean? It's not a matter of how long it takes. It's a matter of how much work and how fast you want to move towards your success. And success favors speed. So don't take your time, although it takes time to get there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see y'all next Monday. Y'all go win the day. Keep it real.